The London gang murders the Chinese ambassador, and the British government helps cover up the crime, framing the United States. Is a war between China and the US imminent? The conclusion of Netflix's hit series Black Doves is truly mind-boggling. It turns out that the killer of the Chinese ambassador is not CIA agent Cole, but Trent, the eldest son of the Clarks. On that fateful night, Ambassador Chen meets with Trent. He warns Trent to stop selling drugs to his daughter Kai Ming, but an enraged Trent accidentally kills the ambassador. To cover up Trent's crime, the Clarks injects an overdose of drugs into Ambassador Chen to fake an accidental death. Shockingly, Police Chief Stephen also appears at the crime scene, implying high-level British government involvement. Helen notices a pattern on Trent's hat and discovers it's the logo of a stable. Just then, Reed calls, and Helen learns that Sam has been captured after failing to assassinate a Clark's higher-up. She immediately rushes to the stable with Williams, where they indeed find Trent. Seeing that Helen has obtained evidence of his crime, Trent obediently calls his mother as Helen demands. Alex agrees to exchange Sam, Kai Ming, and Eleanor's lives for the video recording. Williams curiously asks Trent why he sold drugs to the Chinese ambassador's daughter. Trent shyly admits he likes Kai Ming and was trying to impress her with rare drugs. However, when Ambassador Chen found out, Trent accidentally killed him during an argument. Helen thinks Cole was right last night. Trent is indeed an idiot.
Well, Trent, the next time you like a girl, maybe try just talking to her about her interests instead of seeing if you can buy her affection with heroin.
I'll try and remember that, thank you.
Upon arriving at the exchange location, Helen and William's guns are confiscated by the Clarks. Alex, not wanting to escalate the situation, brings few bodyguards. During the exchange, Cole sneaks out of Michael's house, unaware of the Chinese agents tailing him. Cole informs his superiors that they must retrieve the pinhole camera recording to prove his innocence. Thus China will lose its excuse to threaten the US. Learning of the CIA's plan to seize the recording, Wallace immediately reports to the Prime Minister. However, the Prime Minister appears flustered and quickly sends a text message to Alex. It's revealed that the British Prime Minister has long been in cahoots with the Clarks, explaining Police Chief Stephen's presence at the crime scene to cover up Trent's crime and frame the US. Realizing CIA agents are en route, Alex urges Trent to leave. However, she doesn't anticipate that Helen is a lunatic of love. Before entering, Helen had secretly slipped a gun into Trent's pocket, determined to avenge Jason from the start.
You took someone away from me.
Who did I take from you?
You took Jason. I need to know why. I need to know who he was and why you killed him.
Alex looks confused, insisting she didn't order Jason's assassination. Helen asks Williams to call his former employer, who also hired Jason's killer. A phone rings, but not from Alex. To everyone's surprise, Trent is revealed as the mastermind behind the serial killings. He wants to prove that he is capable of solving the problem alone and he is not an idiot. As CIA agents and Chinese operatives arrive downstairs, a standoff ensues. Alex, attempting to protect her son, tries to grab Helen's gun, causing chaos. Seeing Helen's emotional state, Sam decisively takes revenge on her behalf. With everything concluded, Helen hands over a copy of the recording to Cole, clearing his name and averting a US-China conflict. However, the full truth of this incident is yet to be revealed. Reed's intelligence helps Helen solve the puzzle. It all started with Maggie, a jewelry store clerk who often hung out with Kai Ming. Maggie secretly sold Kai Ming's scandal to tabloid reporter Philip for money. Noticing her access to the Chinese ambassador's daughter, MI5 recruited Maggie as an agent. She planted the pinhole camera in Kai Ming's home, inadvertently capturing the ambassador's death. Greedy Philip tried to blackmail Police Chief Stephen with the recording, drawing Trent's attention and resulting in the assassinations of Maggie, Jason, and himself. Since Jason and Maggie were partners, he was clearly an MI5 agent too. Helen struggles to accept that she fell in love with a spy. Jason was tasked with approaching Helen due to long-term defense intelligence leaks, with Helen, as Wallace's wife, being a suspect. But MI5 hasn't yet discovered her identity. Apparently Jason didn't report to his superiors after learning that Helen was a spy for Black Doves. Perhaps his love for Helen wasn't entirely fake, offering her some consolation. Poor Wallace still doesn't understand what happened. His ignorance keeps him out of the scandal, and he's set to become the new Prime Minister next spring. Black Doves naturally won't trouble Helen, the future Prime Minister's wife, as they still rely on her for crucial British government intelligence. Sam and Michael's relationship finally mends. That night, Hector informs Sam that the Clark family is investigating Alex's death, meaning trouble for Sam soon.
And you're all on your own, and I'm out of muscle.
You offering me a job?
With a common enemy, Hector is willing to set aside past grievances and cooperate. He's also somewhat grateful that Sam spared his life before. Sam informs Lenny he'll become Hector's bodyguard, negotiating in his unique style. Lenny ultimately agrees to let Sam go without further trouble. As the first season of Black Doves concludes, Netflix has already renewed it for a second season. We can predict some potential plot developments. MI5 is already suspicious of Helen, so her identity might be exposed soon. How will the Prime Minister Wallace react when he learns his beloved wife is a spy? It's highly anticipated. Of course, he might already know and is staying silent to maintain their relationship. There's also Danny, whom Helen didn't kill. Ambitious Danny wants to replace Helen and might become a formidable rival next season. While Lenny promised not to trouble Sam, she didn't vow to stop hunting Hector, so their three-way conflict may continue. The first season didn't delve deeply into Helen and Jason's relationship, suggesting there might be more to their story. All this will be revealed in the second season.